All right, we got one of our lead singers here, Hartman Beach, who is Mashpee Wampanoag, and he's going to say a few words about what you're about to see and hopefully participate in.
Thanks, Russ, and hello everybody. Hope you've had a good day. I'm just getting here, but it seems like there's a lot of heavy thought and heavy contemplation, so hopefully we can get you up, get your bodies moving, get your blood pumping, get those other parts of your body working. It help to nourish the brain by the flow of blood and all that. I know it can be tiring sitting there as well. So we're the Wampanoag Nation Singers and Dancers, and we're going to present some social songs to y'all. These are songs and dances that were done when communities would come together for a lot of times just the purpose of enjoying our company and sharing stories, sharing food, and being together, and that joy of being together. What are we going to start off with? I think we're going to start off with a round dance, and we certainly encourage folks to join in. As I said, these are social songs, so being social is coming together, and that means we need some of you all to help us out, because there's only a couple of us, but a lot of you all. And these dances were traditionally done with, sometimes communities that had hundreds of thousands of people. So even if we can get a few of y'all to join us, it'd be appreciated. The round dance is super simple. If you're not familiar with it, it's simply sidestepping to the right and sidestepping to the left. And it's joining your hands in a circle. This circle is to represent that we're all one, we're all equal, we're all in balance. We honor circles as well because circles are what we see in creation. We look at so many of the things that are created in the world, they're created with the image of the circle or the shape of the circle. We look at trees, we look at the sky, we look at the earth, we look at the sun and the moon, and these things are all circles. We look at our eyeballs and our faces, they're circles. And so these are the shapes that we see come up again and again in creation. And we want to honor that shape as well. So it looks like we are getting close to a full circle. And am I singing alone, or do I get somebody to join in with me, or are we all joining on the second? I think we're all joining on the second. So we got closed scaffing here. Do we? I don't know. I guess it's a matter of your comfort level. I guess everybody can wash their hands afterwards. one is the robin dance. And the robin is we oftentimes sing it in the springtime when the robins return. They're one of the first signs of the spring returning. But we also do it all year long to honor the robin, to honor those birds. They're important birds to us. It's a follow the leader dance. It's really simple. You do what the person in front of you does, and it's also a call and response. So please, once again, if some folks could join in and help to create the community sense of these social dances, the social sense of these social dances, we'll line up behind Adequate, and that should be it.
You mind showing these two showing them first?
Okay. Yeah, so a little example. Okay, I guess we're just jumping right in. But like I say, it's simple. You follow the leader. If you can play follow the leader, you can do this dance. For those of y'all that care to join and might be up for a little bit more challenging footwork, we're going to do the mosquito dance. So how many of y'all like mosquitoes? No fans? No fans of mosquitoes?
Nope, so they gotta hug it up.
It's not a surprise. So this dance, they say when it was done, It was done to keep the mosquitoes away and keep you from getting bit. And legend has it, if you can successfully do this dance, you won't get bit by mosquitoes all year long. And it involves the two dancers joining with their pinkies. You grab onto each other's pinkies, and this is to represent the little blood-sucking nose of the mosquito, because it's little and pointy. And you want to keep moving, because that keeps the mosquitoes off you, right? You know, it's hard for them to land. So they will each kick forward, starting with, with the left. They'll both kick with their left foot towards the right and with their right foot towards the left. And the beat will change at one point, at which point not only will they kick their left towards their right and their right towards the left, but they'll incorporate a spin of the partners around each other. And that's all there is to it, but it's fun. And you'll get an example here, and you can watch. And we certainly hope that some of y'all will join in and grab a partner up here. But here's a real short example. The social aspect of these social dances happen. We sure would appreciate it. You got any takers? Any partners? Everybody get these free mosquito souvenirs? All right, I think everybody, well, thanks for joining us in that. What do we have? Would you all prefer to do another follow the leader dance or another partner dance? Follow the leader, let's hear it. Yes. Partner? All right, so we will do a stomp dance. And stomp dance is a dance that we do. This is a dance about dancing for those who cannot dance. You know, we are gifted these bodies by Creator, and as we see it, the way to show that you're thankful for the body and the gift of this body that you're given is to use it to move in beautiful ways. But not everybody's given that gift. So we know that there are some people who have gotten beyond their years and can no longer dance. There are some little babies with pudgy, soft legs that still can't dance. Some folks that just have some reason why their legs don't work and they'll never be able to dance. And then there's the trees and the grass And then there's the creepy crawly things of the earth, the worms and the snakes. They can't dance either. So this is the dance for all the things that can't dance, and we bring the dance to them. So this moves around through the world, and it's follow the leader. It's call and response. It's pretty simple. We ask you once again, help to join in the social element of these social dance songs, and if not, we'll be passing through your way. I guess with that, we'll get started on the stomp dance. I'm a Mashpee Wampanoag tribal member from here in Mashpee. Have other group members introduce themselves?
Good day, everybody. My name is Adequan. I'm from the Mashpee Wampanoag and Narragansett tribes.
Hi everyone, I'm Tally Landry from this morning. If you remember from Mashpee Wampanoag tribe.
Good to see you. Nice to meet you. Glad to have you here.
Danielle, who I'm sure you all met earlier, but she gave the wave. I've done this already. Are we doing question and answer this time, or no question and answer? They've had enough thinking for today. Normally when we do these performances, we also do a short question and answer afterwards. There's lots of times. Kids especially have tons of questions, but adults as well, because a lot of times, I'm surprised how many times in my life I meet somebody and they're like, well, you're the first Native person I've ever met. So we aren't really a huge part of the population. So there's curiosity and there's wonder and there's confusion, and we certainly open up the idea of questions. So.
Can you explain like the origin and the significance of the ribbon shirts?
Well, origin and significance, I'm not sure I can entirely do the origin, but I can do some of the significance that that we, I guess I can do the origin, but not always necessarily the significance. I got that backwards. Ribbon was one of the early trade items to come in. It was one of the things that Native people had a taste for. There was a market here for ribbon. We liked it. And so when trade ships were leaving England and leaving Europe and other parts for the New World, they wanted to stock up on the things that they knew that they could trade when they get here, ribbon being one of the things that was a desirable commodity. We put it into the shirts and created our own unique style of adornment that reflected us as Native people. It was taking some of these items and some of this material from Europe and incorporating it into a way that was more of our own liking and more of our own decision-making process, our own taste that you see reflected. But they're oftentimes worn for ceremonial purposes for Native people throughout Americas today. Something that reflects a bit of a modern sense, but also that comes from a tradition of our own people. Something that comes from us as well. Anybody else want to speak to that?
Sometimes these days you would see like families, and they'll be represented by like their shirts. As you see myself, traditionally we would just go bare chest, and then even in the winter months we would just like rub bear grease on ourselves. So the ribbon shirts, they came to us later, but we, like you said, we used them, and we started to use the ribbon, and we'll use significant colors that were like significant to us, like to our people, you know, and like our families. And that's how you would be able to distinguish people sometimes, you know, and at least have an idea of where somebody comes from.
Gifted me. You know, a lot of times you put corn or stone and things like that. Sometimes we use it to give it that endurance. You know, we use a lot of different things to make rattles. Sometimes we use horns from cattle and other things. Deer, we use rawhide. Yep. And yeah. Try to be creative, whatever makes that sound, you know, just be creative.
I had a question. So, I know that in some regalia is tied to dancing, like the jingle dress, or there are certain characteristics of that regalia that are the same, but they all seem very individual. And so, do you personally choose the items that you wear, or are they passed as part of your family or your?
So the question was the different regalias and how we choose our different pieces of regalias. So I mean, different regalias will represent different dances, so that might necessarily differentiate certain things. But as far as how you get your regalia, either you'll be gifted things, you'll make them, or they'll be passed down, or something. It could be a numerous amount of things. But usually your regalia is like a working process, so it goes on along your life, or however long you want to wear that certain piece, and you either fix it or reuse it, and try and incorporate different things and stuff like that, depending on your dance style. Or there's, we also have like different regalias if we choose to dance a different sort of style. So this is just more traditional Eastern woodland style where we do our social song.
Yeah, I just wanted to add something along the lines of the mysticism theme that we were sort of talking about a little bit earlier. I mean, dancing, we do dance for powwow, and then we do dance for social songs, but regardless of where we're dancing, it's always a spiritual act. And so everything that we have on ourselves has some sort of significance to the dancer. A lot of times, like if someone's wearing a turtle pouch, maybe they found that turtle or it was gifted to them. they've transformed it into an instrument, or like the Thunderbird being has significance to Hartman. Where we acquire our beads has significance, the time period of the beads, even the animals that we're wearing. So, everything does come alive when we are dancing with them. And, it's not just adornment, it's us also taking on sort of the properties and the elements and the spirit of those animals, and even the materials that we're using, the quill work, the deer skin. The people that made it, for sure. That comes into, they're literally gifting us their energy and their time and their love. So we wear those things to protect us and just always give us energy. So as Talia said, your regalia is always changing. And when it's time for a new regalia, when it's they're like tired. They have to be retired. So, but it's all alive. Like all the pieces are alive all the time. So.
I just want to add a couple of things. Myself, kind of where my mind went when you asked the question was how do we kind of take, how do we choose our style, and what's the significance, and all right, so anyways, some places you go, you would hear the traditional style, like a men's traditional, and you may not see what you see on me, but this is traditional to us. So as I was growing up, my father, he always wanted me to learn my traditional style first. So the first style that I ever started dancing, and the first style that I started going out into different communities and representing, was the Eastern Woodland style. And that's the style that you see me dancing today. The significance is our moccasins are very much different. Sometimes we have pucker toe moccasins, and they're usually mostly made out of deer hide, and they're painted. If you go more towards the west, the Midwest, you'll see beaded moccasins and things like that. So as I got older, after doing the Eastern War style, I basically wanted to do something that was a little bit more flashy, a little bit more brighter colors and stuff. And my aunt also had told me that when you wear the bright colors, it makes it easier for the spirits up above to be able to see you. So I took that upon myself to pick my colors in my next regalia. And the next style that I started dancing was Northern Traditional. And with that style, you'll see the beaded moccasins. It's very bright colors. And we wear the eagle feather bustles on our backs. And we wear the big headdress and stuff. And that style, the reason I chose that style is because it was very similar to the Eastern War style, But I was able to also let the ones up above be able to see me bright and shine, But that's what I wanted to share.
I think there's, two things. Everything's certainly very personal, but people tend to either, and also, just like we use our bodies because Creator gifted them to us. When we get out there and dance, we want to be presentable for the Great Spirit, for whoever's watching, but we tend to either we tend to dress either for the dance we're dancing or for the people that we come from, and that tends to be what's reflected in what you see. Is either the dance we're dancing or the people we come from. So that tends to be pretty continuous. Any more? We got one more.
Yeah, can you guys show us your different regalias and your different styles of dance and what those things mean to you, and explain to the people why you have those?
Yeah.
Or why you dance that style, or what it means. I see a war club in the back that has been here, and I want to know what that means as well. Please.
What you want? He called you out specifically.
So you guys can take the mic off.
So the war club. So I dance with the war club because as I was taught is that we used to dance a style, and it was called Eastern Straight, and it was more like a prideful dance, and we didn't really have the clubs, and there wasn't too much theatrics as far as battle. It was more so like a prideful dance, and along the lines, like it started to change, and it was like a competition dance, and it was more like interesting. So people started calling it Eastern War Dance, and that's when we started bringing in like the war clubs and stuff. And to my knowledge, the Seneca people they mostly dance with the war clubs because they actually do war dance songs where like their social dances. They would the men would get out there together, and it's a very like subtle beat. But they like do acts of war, you know, and like they're like battle, you know, and that's pretty much where it came from, you know, to my knowledge. And my war club was gifted to me from my aunt. You know, like they said, everything is like significant. Get gifts along the way, and yeah, we just put them to the best use we can.
Well, I guess we're all a little different. Actually, in that same category, but growing up here, like we're the first contact people, and the regalias that we wear represent, you know, how they've seen us, you know, at that time, and we use, you know, all the elements of that we find around us. There's some things that I'd like to get, like seal or whatever, but they I can't have it at this point, unless I fight for it. But growing up, we did mostly social dances, you know, like in the community, something that's fun, you know, like that we all participate in, and we continue to do that, you know, with these type of dances. So it is really about being together, sharing with each other, and having a good time. You know, like we didn't have TV and all of those kind of things. So that's what we did, and we continue to do that, you know, like more and more. But we want to pass it on to our next generation, so they will continue to do that as well. So it's all about parties. Have a good time.